What's up? This is Trentin, and this is my Google Slides presentation on positive externalities. All right, so what are positive externalities? Before you can understand positive externalities, you have to first understand market failure and externalities. So, market failure is when markets do not allocate resources efficiently. And this isn't good because we learn that people like things when they are fair, when they're equitable for everyone involved. And when things aren't equitable, then people don't respond well to that, and it's not good for the market. And externalities go into the definition of market failure. They're part of the definition, and they are side effects felt by people other than those causing the effects, and these can be good or bad. And positive externalities is one of the two externalities, and positive externalities are desirable effects felt by people uninvolved in the decisions that created those effects. And so these are good side effects. And the reason that it's not necessarily all the way good, is because the benefit that society gets is more of a benefit than the private benefit that the actual purchaser gets. And we'll see that more later with the graph. So what are some examples of positive externalities? So one would be recycling. So if one person recycles a good, obviously it increases, the benefit of their experience with the environment, but also the benefit of the experience for everyone else that is part of the environment. Beekeeping. A beekeeper, gets profit from the bees that they keep and the honey that they make, but the benefit for society would be, farmers or something. When the bees pollinate their plants and trees and stuff like that, which helps their crops. And then another one would be quitting smoking. So someone who quits smoking obviously receives benefit from that because smoking is harmful to you. But then the society also benefits from that because the society doesn't have to deal with as much as something as like secondhand smoke that would be harmful to society. So those would be examples of positive externalities. Quantifying positive externalities. How do we quantify it? So there's four terms to remember. The first one, marginal external benefit, the increase in the external benefit created by the purchase of one more unit of a good. Another one would be marginal private benefit, the purchasers benefit from one more unit of a good, private purchasers. Number three would be marginal social benefit, the additional benefit for everyone affected by the purchase of one more unit, or the sum of the marginal external benefit and the marginal private benefit. Those two added together would make the marginal social benefit. And then the marginal private cost. This is a firm's cost of providing one more unit. So this is what it looks like on a graph. And as you can see, we have the red, which would be the supply graph. It would also be the marginal private cost and the marginal private cost and the marginal social cost. You have the top blue line, which would be the marginal social benefit, and then the bottom blue line would be the demand curve and the marginal private benefit curve. And as you can see, with the problem with externalities is in the middle we have the deadweight loss created by that, which is the deadweight loss is what the private buyer gets because he's not receiving as much benefit. But the socially optimal quantity of production would be Q1 and P1. And if we reach Q1 and P1, the deadweight loss would go away, and that would be a good thing. So how do you remedy that? How do you remedy positive externalities? Because a lot of times a purchaser won't purchase a good because it won't benefit them as much as it would benefit society. So they would not be inclined to purchase the good. Well, the government can implement something called a subsidy. And the presence of subsidies for buyers and sellers can encourage the purchase of goods that create positive externalities. They can make the good equitable and equal for the person buying it, and the benefit for the person buying it would equal the benefit on society. And it would allow the buyers to internalize their purchase and feel the full benefit from that. And that is my presentation.